Hello, hello, hello. Alright, I'll be setting up the link and we'll get started pretty soon. Pull up the chat. Get this shared. Copy link. Good. Come on, load a little faster, please. Alright, I'll tweet it out and we'll be good to go. Hey guys, I'm streaming Deathmark. Come give it a watch. Okay. Let's see, you got 2 viewers. Hey Megatron, how you doing? Alright. Okay. I was supposed to play yesterday, but there was a really bad storm that came through and it was a good chance that power could have been knocked out, so I decided against that. Alright. Okay. So let us continue from where we left off before. Megatron, good, especially since I got some damn writing done for my stories. You, besides the nasty weather you had yesterday? Yeah, I'm okay, just yesterday, I mean, I was able to talk to some people that kind of helped me out. Helped me, chill out and stuff, but even at that, I really struggled yesterday to just stay rational and calm and stuff, but and the quarantine isn't very fun, but it is what it is. Drinking some tropical jasmine green tea. Really tasty. Alright. Well, I'll give it another minute or so and then we can begin. Let us see here. Okay, let me pull chat back up and we'll be good to go. Tropical green tea, you disappoint me. I was expecting writer's tier whiskey. Nah, I drank quite a bit last night, and plus I've been wanting to try this tea. I'm a huge. If there are 3 drinks that I can live off of, it's water, tea, and whiskey. I especially love jasmine green teas and oolong teas and things like that. Okay, so here, let me turn up the volume a little bit on my end so I can hear the music and stuff. Okay, so let us. Oh, wrong button. Let's see where we are so far. Okay. And for anybody who missed, I placed the head onto a skeleton of a woman, and it brought back some. You got into the woman's memories, and she was essentially experimented on by the Japanese during the Second World War, and it was pretty brutal. Like it was some like Unit 731 kind of stuff going on, and it was made you really uncomfortable to sit through. Okay. The woman's head, giving gained a special power, was put on the Asura statue. The cannon soldier awoke, either a curse or grudge triggering its birth. It must be a spiritual being of some kind. This means I need an object with spiritual power. The Kogura Suzu belt we found is used by priestess, so then who would be best to bring as my partner? I'm not sure. That does bring up a good point. Alright. Something's written on the wall in blood. It says I. Okay. Human bones. Looks like the person was crushed to death. Forward. Okay. I'm not entirely sure where I should go next, so we might be traveling a little bit before we get anywhere significant. The dried blood is blackened on the floor. There's quite a lot. Whoever left it is probably dead. I think this is the Buddha head area. Yep, okay. I don't think there's anything in here. Alright. Looks like it's been a number of years since this person died. The dried skin gives it the appearance of a mummy. The cut by the neck is jagged. It must have been cut with some kind of tool. And we found out that they're actually cutting people's heads off with the chisels. So, yeah, it was pretty messy. Nope. Alright, went there. Okay, so forward. Forward again. Forward. This is the first lab. Whoops. Let's head to the left. Some bones. Some abandoned skeletons. Bleached corpses weathered in place. Something is in its bony hand. I managed to pry out. The whole corpse looks like it might crumble at any second. Found a worn-out talisman. When I pick up the worn-out talisman, I feel warmth over me. Got soul power. The worn-out talisman crumbles silently in my hand. Save it here, because now I found an area that I have not been to yet, apparently. Oop, seems to be locked. It's a thick iron door. The keyhole isn't rusted. I could open it if I had the key. Open the door with the underground shelter key. The music stopped. Oh, are we getting somewhere? Oh, here's the hair. It is everywhere. Oh, we've been here before. Oh, okay. This is the other. The climb ladder I can get above ground. Climb ladder. Yeah, it's So this should be like the manhole street. Yep, the one with the several manholes in the. Come out of the manhole. We see that we're on K Miyamachi North Road. We managed to find a way out. It wouldn't hurt to go back to the mansion now. It would be a pain to get back to M now South Alley for the car, but alright, cool. Turn to Kujo Mansion, yep. Mary isn't here anymore. Yep, okay. Yeah, we'll keep Shuji Damon with us. Let's go to South Alley. Alright. It's a big iron box. Yeah, the heads are in here. Box is packed with carelessly tossed Buddha statue heads. Intersection A. Like I said, I'll be having to poke around a little bit because I'm not entirely sure where I should be heading. Intersection B. Alright, we've been here. Lab number 2. Alright, here's the Buddha heads. Okay. This is just a dead end. Okay. So intersection B, I think we've gotten everything. Yep, okay. Intersection B, we've looked through everything. Nope, wrong way. So let's head back to intersection A. And let's go to the right. Central Passage South. Central Passage North. Intersection C. Let's head forward. Okay, and then this is where we found the way to the other street. So lab 3, that's where we got the flashback from. Seems to be locked, okay. And there's plenty of blood prints on it. Now's a good time to save. The door is stained with blood. Upon closer look, it's countless handprints. But the keyhole's perfectly fine. I could open the door if I had the key. I opened the door with the underground shelter key. Inside the room are a number of Buddha statues. They're all missing their heads. It seems this is where they stored all the various statues that gathered through theft or donations. This room certainly seems haunted. It might have what we're looking for, where the curse or spirit originated. I braced myself for the input from the other me. But it doesn't seem like that's happening. Does that mean I should already know? What's in the box? It's a big iron box. It's coated with a thin layer of dust, but it seems to be in decent enough shape. It's devoid of anything that looks like a keyhole, but the box won't open. Okay, is there anything I can... Go with planks? Nah. Perhaps this one? Take out the small key and look for a keyhole. But I don't find one. Oh yeah, it already said. I bet. Sword? I pulled the rusted army sword off my helmet. But what do I do with it? I don't have any particularly good ideas. Okay. Don't really have anything I think I can. Okay. So I'm probably gonna have to put some heads on these Buddha statues. The statue with its head cut off. It's laying pitifully on the floor. The statue seems to be a divine general. Its head has been severed. The statue with its head cut off. It seems to be holding some kind of Buddhist ritual implement. It's a Vaisravana statue. Vaisravana statue. It's missing its head. It's a statue that looks like a Vidyaraja or something. It's missing one of the arms as well as its head. The statue with its head cut off. It looks like it from within the box. I managed to open the box. Sheets of white paper are inside. They seem to be a multitude of talismans. Was something sealed here? Damon peers into the box beside me. Is anything in there? Well, the voice sounds distant. The cause of the curse, what birthed the spirit. There's nothing like that here. No, there's nothing here. Nothing? That's not true. What's that in your hand, then? Damon is right. It's not true that there's nothing inside. There is one thing. I never would have expected something like this. Something that doesn't belong here. A box sealed by talismans has enshrined a Western-style cushion. Damon sighs, disappointed. Unfortunately, it looks like we failed. I doubt a thing like this could give birth to a spirit. True, but the state of this room and the voices, something important was definitely sealed up in this place at one point. Yet there's nothing here. New info is added to the spirit file. The Buddha statues in the warehouse number 2. Other. And the thing we're searching for, where the hell did it go? A long silence falls between us. It is then that a now familiar pain flares up. The mark burns scarlet. It immediately is dyed a deep crimson. Dawn. Death is only a few minutes away. God! What's going on? Is death closing in on us all of a sudden? No, it's... The spirit is here. Oh God! A La Sutra chant hum trembles the air. It feels like my whole body is numb. Maybe because of that hum. Okay, shoot. Okay. Let's try that. Aim to sword at the spirit, but against my will, I swing it at my own head instead. What? Okay. That was weird. Face the spirit again. Not sure what I'm going to do. Alright. Let's try just shooting the blanks. Black loses consciousness. How do I lose consciousness right away? I grab the gun, but I can't control my hand. Turns good. What? Strong ringing in my ears and it's preventing me from hearing the central chant. Damon is clutching their head like they can't hear anything either. The numbness has faded. Oh, okay. What happens? Higuera's flies into the air. I get the feeling that we're not using it right. Make my heart clench. Black was injured, Damon was injured. Okay. Okay, so use the blanks. Ooh, okay. Spear fades and becomes intangible. Heart clenched, Damon was injured, Block was injured, okay. Let's see here. You're getting way too close for my comfort. Bullets just passed through the spear. He was injured, Blanc was injured. Oh, wow, you were ugly. Okay, okay, I obviously did not do this right, so try this. It slightly scraped the spirit's body, but overall wasn't very effective. Yep, we're dead. Vision darkens. I can see the spirit slowly drawing closer. Yep, I'm dead. Alright, so gotta get the blanks. Gotta shoot the blank right away. And then we'll save the talisman or whatever the item was for the very end. Allows enter chant hum trembles in the air. Feels like my whole body is numb. Maybe because of that hum. Blank. Try that. Blanc shoots the gun with blanks. Grab the gun, but I can't control my hand. Turn the gun towards my head. It fires. The blank explodes. My consciousness fades. There's a strong ringing in my ears, and it's preventing me from hearing the signature chant. Damon is clutching their head like they can't hear anything either. The numbness is fading. Wounded soldier, the spirit fades and becomes intangible. Then the soldier yells, making my heart clench. Damon was injured, while Blanc was injured. Okay. Let's go with... Alright, no, so we know the palm pistol isn't going to work, so guns blank. No longer be used. Crap. But can I just skip? I guess we have to do it this way. Bullets just passed to the spear. Okay. I don't want to shake that yet. Oh! Cannon soldier's wounded. Spirit turns solid again. The Kazura Suzu bell flies into the air. I get the feeling that we're not using it right. Heart clenched, Damon was injured, LeBlanc was injured. Okay. Here it is, moment of truth. Lionel sledges the army. Cannon soldier is wounded. The spirit fades and becomes intangible. Okay, and I'm dead. Great. Oh boy. Okay, let's face him again. Try to figure it out. Cincher chant hum trembles the air. Okay, let me think here. Let's see here. Okay, let's try this again. So we know that we gotta get the gun blanks. Prevent me from hearing the censor chant. Damon is touching your head. I can't hear anything either. Numbness is faded. Nothing happens. Okay, let's see here. Let's try that. Let's try this. Yeah. Soldiers wounded. Crap. No, that's all we can do. Crap. Okay. Okay, I hate to admit it, but I've looked up, I had to look up what was going on, and apparently Hiru has to be your partner for this, or it won't work at all. So we're gonna go switch up the partner. I usually don't like to do that, but it appears that it's because the talisman can only be used by a woman. Okay. I'm glad I can get around. Upload, yep. So let's grab a Hiru. Oh my gosh, it was in the... I'll bet you it's in the freaking description. Yeah, look. I remembered reading it. The Kagura Suzuba was found is used by priestesses. Okay, no duh. Okay. Well, now I feel like an idiot. Alright. Let's see if we can do it. And Hiru is going to have to acknowledge the existence of spirits and supernatural now. There's going to be no explaining that crap. Alright. Have to examine all these. Wait a minute, maybe I can already open this. Yep, I can open it. Cool. I managed to open the box. Sheets of white paper are inside. They seem to be a multitude of talismans. Was something sealed here? Hiru peers into the box beside me. So? Was something in there? Well... My voice sounds distant. The cause of the curse, what birthed the spirit? There's nothing like that here. No, there's nothing here. What? What do you mean? Then what's that in your hand? Hiru is right. It's not true that there's nothing inside. There is one thing. I never would have expected something like this. Something that doesn't belong here. A box sealed by talismans has enshrined a Western-style cushion. Hiru sighs, disappointed. Guess we're out of luck. No way this thing gave birth to a spirit. True. But the state of this room and the voices, something important was definitely sealed up in the place at one point. Yet there's nothing here. New info is added to the spirit file. The Buddha statues in warehouse number 2. Other. Then the thing we're searching for, where the hell did it go? A long silence falls between us. It is then that a now familiar pain flares up. The mark burns scarlet. It immediately is dyed a deep crimson. Dawn. Death is only a few. Sunrise. Minutes away. God! What's going on? Is death closing in on us all of a sudden? No, it's... The spirit is here. Yeah, Hiro, you better believe in the supernatural after this. Okay, let's do this. First, edit that, and then... Drew is clutching their head like they can't hear anything either. None of this has faith. Hiro shakes the Kagura Suzu bell. Nothing happens. Cannon soldier yells, making my heart clench. Block was injured, Hiro was injured. Okay. We're going to go... which one should I go with? We're gonna go with palm pistol, I suppose. We'll have her shake the bell. Oh, cannon soldier is wounded. Oh yeah, because we reset. Okay, and now it becomes okay. Now things are gonna pass through it, and now it's okay. Now I get it. That was the thing. We had to have Hiro here because a priestess can only use the... Okay. Now it's making sense. Go with short sword. Here's the bell. Yep. The block shoots the range short sword's blade. Cannon soldier is wounded. Spirit fades to become intangible. Hiro shakes the Kangura Suzu bell. Cannon soldier is wounded. The spirit turns to solid again. Cannon soldier yells, making my heart clench. Hiro is injured, LeBlanc is injured. Ooh. And here comes Ugly, yep. Okay. Let's hope this works. So yeah. Rusted Army Sword, shake that bell. LeBlanc slashes Rusted Army Sword. Cannon soldier is wounded. The spirit fades to become intangible. Hiro shakes the Kagura Suzu bell. Cannon soldier is wounded. So maybe we're going to have to do that again. The spirit stops. I guess the attack finally worked. Out of nowhere, footsteps approach behind me. Whoa! A voice yells comically, and whoever it is puts their hand on my back. I can't take my eyes off the spirit before me. Banshee? Is that you? What are you doing? Instead of replying, he shoves something into my hand. It's a large chisel with the grip stained... Oh! It's the chisel! This is... I found it in that room. Right in that room in the mansion. In that instant, I understand everything. The heart of the curse that we were searching for. The object that gave birth to the spirit. So it was kept in Kujo Mansion? Thanks. I'm gonna use it! I grabbed the chisel and faced the spirit. Cannon soldier's weakened. Okay. Large chisel. Kagura Suzu bell. Alright, let's do it. The LeBlanc swings the chisel down on the soldier. Where should I start with this? Oh god. Okay, Why would it give me all these choices? I have a feeling... Let's go for the ear, just because it's weird. I jab the chisel and it stares at me dispassionately. Finally, it smiles and disappears. The statue stops moving and collapses. It stopped, right? It seems so. I don't get the mark anymore. I don't got the mark anymore, so there's no doubt about it. Once again, I'm the only one still cursed. I made it in the nick of time. If my legs weren't in such good shape, I would have been over for us. It would have been over if it was had some awesome spiritual power. But what made you decide you had to bring the chisel? You seemed sure it'd be effective against the cannon's shoulder. I heard a voice when I picked it up. It reminded me of a lady, sort of. It said, to bring the chisel to you. And that's when it hit me. It was what I'd been looking for. Oh, that thing you mentioned in the car. The heart of the curse that created the spirit. Exactly that. So I hooked it over to give it to you. When I looked through the room before, Yasuoka said that the Kujo family used to create Buddha statues a long time ago. It's possible that chisel was used to create the statue that became the cannon soldier. I don't know what that voice was that he heard. Probably something like that mysterious voice that's guided me before. You know, I haven't heard it in a while. And I bet Damon's worried too. I left without saying a word, after all. Yeah. Searching for documents on the mark. Carting all the statues out. It'll take more than a day to do all that. I should go back to the mansion and figure out what to do next. What? We're leaving already? I wanted to examine this place. I glanced at the statue fallen to the floor. Sorry, but I have to do that another time. Fine. In exchange, not one word about this shelter to anyone else. I'm going to study every inch of it. Yeah, okay. Hey now, this isn't my home. This is my home. Can't have you rooting around here? That's just you saying that. You don't legally live here. I'll bring you food, so stop complaining. Much obliged. I return to the concrete passageway. I might be imagining it, but it feels like the air in here is a little less stagnant than it was before. We climb out of the manhole to M now South Avenue. Oh, Damon runs up to us, drenched in sweat. He looks even worse than usual. He probably shouldn't have run. I found you, old man. Why did you suddenly sprint out of the mansion? My mark is gone now, too. What in the world happened? I had something to give LeBlanc. Isn't that right, Hero? I guess. I'd rather not think of the consequences if you hadn't made it in time. I'm not sure I follow, but it seems he really helped you out. Well then, if I must do my investigation another day, are we splitting ways here? Our marks are gone now. Always happens. I'm used to it. But now I might be able to change that. I finally discovered where the statue's stolen from H Shrine are. I'm lost, but I'm glad for you. It's thanks to all of you. I'll figure the rest out by myself. You should all return to your regular lives. you were saying you should split up then? You sure you'll be okay? Oh, so now she's caring about people. That's a first. Something will work out eventually. Besides, it's a Sayakujo's language. I want to respect it. Huh. Well, thanks. I'll head back then. I've been missing all those chemical smells from the lab. Good to hear your research is exciting. But don't forsake your humanity over it and end up like Miss Zoo. Like I do that. It's not even funny, by the way. Oh, yeah. Mr. LeBlanc. Whenever you want to get those statues, I'll help out. Until then, see you. I'll be off as well. Honestly, all this has put a strain on me. I'm barely staying upright. Whatever you do, don't collapse on your way home. Please. Hey, LeBlanc. One day, I'm hoping to let the public know about the underground shelter, for the sake of the wandering souls without proper burial. I'd like it if you helped with it. See you around. Guess I'll go too. You're not returning to the shelter, are you? I'm not that brave. The soldier's gone, but there's plenty of other things down there. I'll give it a few days to settle. So you're still planning on going back? I'm not sure I'd call that a smart move. Comes with living this kind of life. I'll book it down in the park or under a bridge until things calm down. See you, LeBlanc. Bring more food next time, yeah? The former mark bearers have all left. I should probably head to the mansion myself. I've got to decide what to do next. I hear a voice calling from behind me. I turn to see Banshee in the middle of the road, staring intently at me. What's wrong? I remember now. His eyes are as wide as saucers. I forgot because of the mark, but I've met you before. What? What do you mean? Well, let me think. He scratches his chin. I know his memories are probably all a mess, just having them gotten back, but I don't have time to wait for him. Ah, yes! We met 5 years ago! And then again 10 days ago! I feel like I've been struck by lightning. I first arrived at Kujo Mansion 10 days ago. That means I've met him before I lost my memories. I need to know, who in the world am I? I couldn't say. I wasn't interested in asking your name, and you didn't give it. Then tell me what you do know. Tell me about myself, please. Okay. I owe you for the food, so ask. What should I ask about? Ask about 5 years ago. You showed up at the shelter. Wanted to know about the Heavenly Buddha Project. Gave me food. Huh, actually, you were more focused on the Kujo family than in the Cannon Soldier. Why did we talk about them? The head at the time was majorly involved in the project. He was famous for his spiritual power, so the army asked him to help. He loaned them a number of his family's prized sacred treasures. He really zeroed in on that bit. Do you know what exactly the army got? Yeah, the shelter had a list. A mirror, a chisel, boozed statues, cursed objects, and holy talismans. They were all returned to the family. Which means they're all in the mansion now. You kept popping in by a few times until one day you just didn't. I only saw you the next 10 days ago. Next is 10 days ago. I just seen the Cannon Soldier, and you can't and bet I booked it out of the manhole. I ran into you on the street. Had you treat me to food to celebrate. Thanks for that, by the way. Banshee's talking about the person I was before I lost my memories. It's weird to hear about myself this way. You'd mentioned you'd been overseas. You'd only come back recently, about a month ago. Oh, and that's when I learned of the mark. You told me about it. It slipped my mind until just now. By that time, was my right arm... Yeah, it had the mark. You were acting all odd, though. You'd go to remember something, then stumble over the words. The curse was probably in the late stages. In fact, I had completely forgotten my name and of my past a few hours after that. By the by, I've got something to tell you. This here Banshee Ito is of much nobler character than regular folk. That's why I lead a detached life, away from the world's vulgarities. What are you trying to say? I could be crazy desperate, but I never shame my dear departed mom or divine providence. You understand? No, you lost me. I'm saying I'd never resort to stealing or even dying of hunger. Here, these are yours. He pulls out a wristwatch and a wallet. Each looks like an antique. They're inlaid with subtle designs. You forgot them at the restaurant. Let me see them. I grabbed them both and rushed open the wallet. But there's no ID inside. There was no driver's license or company card with an ID in it when you got it. Don't ask me. You said you forgot your old wallet somewhere and lost it. It was probably in there. Oh. Look at what else is in the wallet. Bills, coins, a number of familiar business cards. Saya Kujo, Spirit Healer. Ah, those things. You tried to give me one. I told me to go there if I remembered anything. But I gave it back. I don't make a habit of carrying useless stuff. Saya Kujo's card was in my pocket when I first arrived at Kujo Mansion. It must have been the one Banshee returned. There's no doubt about it. I lost all my memories after I met Banshee. I've asked everything I wanted to know, but something still is bugging me. Did I say anything about the mark when you saw me 10 days ago? Well, I was so focused on eating I wasn't paying full attention. Are you kidding? Oh yeah, you said the same thing as Hiru and the cannon soldier. There's no way a human head on a statue will make it move. But it did actually move. That's what I thought too. And then, you said something strange. You said what happened 50 years ago wasn't because of the project. It was all because of her. Her. That's not all. You said she gave you the mark. That she loved watching you lose your memories and fear death. You made her kick the bucket once, but she came back to life. You said you needed to do the same thing done 50 years ago to get rid of her. My heart wants to beat out of my chest. I can feel sweat run down my face. There's no way I can keep calm. Before I lose my memories, I didn't know who had cursed me with the mark. Hey, old man, who's she? Did I tell you? I wanted to know too, so I asked. But you couldn't answer me. I don't think you were trying to hide it. You just honestly didn't remember. Was that because of the mark? Well, that's about all I can tell you. LeBlanc, we should get going soon. Go? Where? I'll tell you in the car. I'm real tired of standing. I'd like to sit for a bit. There's no point in arguing here. Let's get it out of him once we're in the car. New info was added to the spirit file. My past self. It's interesting that it's still having us play instead of just head out to the Okay, let's head out. Nope, the mansion's out of the way. Banshee clambers into the backseat of the car. His heavy scent fills the enclosed space. Oh, I can finally catch my breath. Now then, driver, take us to the forest by H Castle. Where are we going there? Okay. I drive down the familiar road. All lights along the way are strangely green. We reach our destination without me having to slow down the car once. The engine chugs along. I feel the wheels of fate turning like those on the car I'm riding. 10 days ago, I promised, in exchange for you buying me an extra order of almond jelly, if you did forget anything, I'd take you to H Shrine. Sounds like I'm prepared for everything. But if I was that careful, why didn't I leave myself a clue? Why prepare if I was going to forget? Did the curse progress faster than expected, so there wasn't time? Or did someone get rid of it? But if I had business at H Shrine, why didn't I go there while I still had my memories? Something about timing. Waiting for some magic summer clean to clear away impurity. Suddenly, my old self echoes in my head. I speak the words out slowly, as realization dawns. The summer purification rites. The rites held at shrines that exorcise evil. On the last day of June, you pass through woven reeds to cleanse yourself. It's the ritual to exorcise the impurity. Ah, gotcha. Luckily, today's the 1st of July, so the rites or whatever are done. Should be no problem now. Exercise the impure self is like a complete stranger to me. How many times have I come to this forest now? The creepy and arch and the thick trees look the same as always. You know where H Shrine is, yeah? Lead the way. You've never been there? First I heard of it was 10 days ago. Pass under the stone torii gate. And finally arrive at the desolate H Shrine. The few headless Buddha statues that are left shine in the light of the flashlight. So the statues used in the project were stolen from here? Yeah, that's right. Is it really true the statues are connected to the mark somehow? I've considered the possibility that the mark was caused by their divine wrath. But 10 days ago. You said what 50 happened ago was because of the project. It was all because of her. This course I've been following this whole time. Then, at some point, I had to have been fed some huge lie. But what could it be? A shudder runs through me at the thought. Feels like I'm looking into the depths of hell. You said 10 days ago that altar holds something important. Something about it needing to keep it up. I had to keep it here and exercise the impurity. He approaches a small altar and puts his hand on the sliding door. Huh? What's going on here? This thing's empty. Don't ask me. It was already gone when I was here earlier. Well, that's darn weird. You said there was a cloth pouch. Oh, the pillow that we got? What was inside? A small, fist-sized statue. Nenjibutsu or something. It was a Go Shintai for the shrine. The Kujo head used it in the shelter to stop the mess 50 years ago. And again, it's the Kujo family. They must have had strong ties to the mark. Well, that's all I can do for you. At least it was enough to pay off the dessert. We should head back soon. Right. I'm still unsure about what my old self was thinking, but it's clear whatever plan I had didn't work. Where did the Nenjibutsu go? On the way back, I feel reluctant to go. Keep turning to look toward the shrine. Each time I do, Banshee hurries me on the forest entrance. Well, this is where we part ways. You're not going to ride back with me? I'm going to be honest with you. I got a bit car sick on the way here. Flat roads were fine, but the curves and hills did me in. I just got a nice meal, so I'd hate to throw it up, so I'll walk back. But it's pretty far from here. Kids are such wimps these days. When I was young, I used to walk all across the Himalayas all the time. This ain't nothing. His laugh is loud enough for the whole forest to hear. He waves and leaves me alone. Once he's out of sight, I get into the car. I pull out of the deserted parking lot and drive back to the mansion. As I count the street lights passing by, I go over everything Banshee told me. "50 years ago, in the shelter, the cannon soldier went berserk, but it wasn't because of the Army's experiments, it was her. The Army was unable to stand up to the threat of her and the soldier. But the Kujo family had used the Nenjibutsu to settle everything. However, she still exists in the time period. She was the one who gave me my mark. Before I lost my memories, I was planning on using the Nenjibutsu like they did before. I left it at 8 shrines so it could be cleansed of its impurity. But somewhere along the line, it went missing. The past me probably couldn't have predicted that would happen. I'm almost back at Kujo Mansion. As my drive comes to an end, I focus on what the most important detail is. That's right. Who she is. I have a hunch about her identity, but I can't be sure yet. And that definitely proves that she was there. 50 years ago, she made the cannon soldier move down in the shelter. The Kujo families had sealed her. They would have brought her to the mansion. Sacred objects for the project of which she was one were returned to the Kujos. Oh, so is it Mary? Were they keeping Mary in the mansion to seal her away? But then again, she says that she's been part of the Kujo family for a lot of years. You have to wheel tighter. If there was any way to defeat her, it just had to be in the mansion. I don't have any solid proof, but the fragments of my memories are whisperings. Because Mary is evil. Don't you dare say that about Mary. Don't you dare. The entrance doesn't look any different. My mark burns. Sharp pain is nearly bringing me to my knees. It seems she has no intention of hiding her presence any longer. New info was added to the spirit file. In pursuit of the truth. Okay. I just clicked that. No! Mary's here! What? What? So we meet again. Mary's voice is soft. I know now. Behind those words is hidden an intense lust for blood.
You came back to life rather quickly. You gave me nearly a whole day. More than enough time. I admit that Rabbit's attack surprised me, but unexpected events can themselves be rather enjoyable. When I had brought Mary to H Shrine, we caught sight of the rabbit there. We have suspected Mary's true nature. That rabbit, its great love for you pushed it into recklessness. What was that rabbit really? Determine that for yourself. Who are you? Know that, and the answer will come. Though it is impossible so as long you bear the mark I gave you. Mary gave me the mark. I had a hunch, but hearing it from her lips fills me with dread. Just what are you trying to accomplish? Dragging the living to the depths of despair before killing them. I believe I explained that it is a spirit's utmost desire and joy, and I had your cooperation with achieving that. Cooperate? That's ridiculous. Oh? Have you not realized yet? You did bring those pathetic mark bearers directly to the spirits, did you not? They fear the spirit's existence, tremble in the face of death. The brief joy of their survival only to be crushed like miserable ants. I savored the taste of that fear and despair. Most delicious. You had all of us help out, just to terrify the mark bearers even more? Clearly. I could have waited for the curses to complete if I only wanted them dead. That is not the only lie. Mark bearers must stay in small groups. Do not contact outsiders. All of my instructions were to drive you to a state of emergency, and not once did you doubt me. I bet she's telling me all this because she wants me terrified with how hopeless the situation I find myself in is. I'm frozen in place, and I know my face must be as pale as death. She must be loving this. Don't tell me you created all those spirits just to accomplish that? Indeed. When Lady Christie believed divine wrath was the cause of the mark, I had never been more amused. Her foolishness was so delightful, I just had to come along with you. So you lied. Of course. How could a pile of broken statues possibly do anything? I could be imagining it, but I feel like she hesitated for a moment there. "50 years ago, I was sealed away by the head of the Cujo family. I awoke here 5 years ago. At that time, I was still unable to speak and communicate, but it seems my awakening alone caused a number of ripples. Those who died unfortunate deaths on cursed land became monstrous spirits. The H elementary abuse, the honeybee mass suicide, Seiko's assault and suicide, they all happened 5 years ago. I finally regained my full power a little over a month ago. Then the Buddha statue connected to me 50 years ago began moving. The woman killed by the statue was influenced by my power. That must be the cannon soldier in Zukawa. Zukawa believed it was divine oracle from the soldier, when it really had been Mary. She did as the great Asura said and transformed himself into Mizu. Once my strength returned, I again bestowed my power on spirits. It connects humans to me and manipulates them into a panel. The mark. I know you've been toying with us, but well, was there really a need to make us connected to you in some way? Of course. By being in direct contact with you, I could taste your fear. Even now, are you scared of me, Lord LeBlanc?
Ooh. You know what? I'm not going to dignify her with an answer.
So you're terrified to the extent that it steals your speech. Huh? Her porcelain face cracks. Ever since you declared that you would fight the mark, I have waited eagerly for this day. Over the past 10 days, what is she doing? I have tasted your fear through the mark. Thick and syrupy, as sweet as honey. Each savored morsel made me want to smash you to pieces. But I waited. I'm not so foolish as to kill a goose that lays golden eggs. But I cannot take it anymore. Like crushing a ripe fruit and sipping its juices. I want to break you down and savor your sweet fear. Oh, God! What is that? Oh, crap. The mark is dyed a deep crimson. Sunrise. A few minutes left until death closes in. My thoughts blur together suddenly. What happens to a mark bearer right before dawn? I've seen it many times. Is that what's happening to me now? Lord LeBlanc, wait for me. I'll kill. I can hear Mary stand up over by the sofa. At this rate, Rabbit's fate will be mine too. I have to run away. Check within the red in my room. Something whispers in my ear. That's right, that voice. But what does my room mean? Saya Cujo, I'll bet. Focus. Who does that voice belong to? Yasuoka. She said it was someone who loved me. Oh crap, okay. Live or die. Mary's coming closer. Where should I run? I think it's Saya Cujo. I sprint at full speed up the stairs and fly into Saya's room. Oh, I was right! Much like the entrance hall, it's dark. The voice said, check within the red in my room. Is something there? But where should I look? At the, blood, right? Yep, on the floor. Oh! I am on a roll, ladies and gentlemen! Saya Cujo's bloodstain is still on the floor. It's obviously dry by this point in time. There might be something lying on top of it. I can't be sure as it's too dark. Nothing was there the last time I was here. Picking it up, I discovered that it's a small pouch. Inside, it's a hard, thin object. Move over to the moonlight to see it better. It's a small Buddha statue. It can't be. Is this the Nenjibutsu? It seems to be stained with blood, and I get an ominous feeling from it. The impurity. It hasn't been exorcised yet. I instinctively know the instant I see it. My mind is suddenly flooded with all my memories of the Nenjibutsu, one after another. 50 years ago, the head of the Cujo family used to steal Mary's power. He put the Nenjibutsu inside her to seal her. Then, about a month ago, someone took it out. That person was me! Oh, what? Wow! Oh boy! I mean, it makes sense. It's just, oh wow! I like this story. Because of that, Mary regained her powers. The Nenjibutsu in my hand looks exactly as it did back then, full of impurity. Impurity that's built up from stealing Mary's power for 50 years. To cleanse it, I left the Nenjibutsu at the uncontaminated H shrine. It would take time to exorcise all the impurity. It's already July. The summer purification rite is over. So why is it still impure? The object the rabbit had in its mouth. It could have been carrying the pouch then instead of the master key. Then the Nenjibutsu was taken away from the H shrine before the beginning of July. Maybe the rabbit saw Mary by the shrine and was scared that she would find it. So it had no choice but to steal it away. The door to the adjacent room opens. Mary must be looking for me. But she can sense the presence of mark bearers. What's going on? Wait, is it possible that Saya's blood is protecting me? Bring it to where I met my end.
That would be, okay, so she died of the flowers, so that would be H Elementary, correct?
This isn't where the voice's owner died. They must have met their end elsewhere. There's only one other place. While Mary is in the room next door, I sprint down the entrance hall. I make it a beeline up to Mary's sofa in the spot where the rabbit died. The voice that spoke to me and helped me every time the spirit closing in. If Saya was working through anything, it must have been that rabbit.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, met her end. Okay, so she is working through the rabbit, then, okay.
Sensing something, I look down at my hand. The Nenjibutsu's impurity is gone. Is this what you've been trying to tell me, Saya? I speak to the departed woman who's guided me as I struggled without memories. Put the Nenjibutsu, the source of the doll's curse. Press it to the black mark. Then the whisper stopped. The floorboards creak ominously. I raise my head to the staircase, rising into the darkness before me.
Oh God!
A dark figure stands on the landing.
I found you.
Oh boy! The mark scorches me. My head goes blank.
Oh God, stay away!
Mary's coming closer. My body won't listen to me.
Oh no, 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 no. Ah, Lord LeBlanc.
Mary closes her hands around my neck.
She's trying to choke me.
Huh? I squeeze the Nenjibutsu, and the fog that's impending my thoughts lifts. I still struggle to think. I should be able to move my arm now. Put the Nenjibutsu in the source of the curse. I only have one chance. Where should I stick the Nenjibutsu? Under the black mark, correct? That would be her right arm. I managed to drag my impossibly heavy arm and stick the Nenjibutsu on Mary's right arm. Yep, that's correct. She's hiding it. But I'm sure that's where the black mark was. Marks bloom on Mary, one after another. They're all the color of blood. It's like they're the curse of those she's killed. Woo! Survived! Do all my memories come back now? Mary shatters into dust. Did I really do it? I accidentally looked down at my right arm. Oh, is it there? Is it gone? Is it there? Is it gone? Haha! It's gone! The mark is gone. I did it? I finally did it. I have to say it out loud to convince myself. A victory at the expense of Saya and the mark bearers' lives. I can't claim it's all over, but there's no harm in being relieved for now. The fog clouding my head clears away. My memories slowly return to me. I look around the dimly lit hall again. I know this mansion well. Because I'm... Are you the husband of Saya? The clock on the second floor begins chiming wildly like it did 10 days ago. When I make my way to it, it stops, almost as if it has a will of its own. That's right, this grandfather clock. I think a skilled ancestor of the Cujo family crafted it. That one chisel may have been used to make it. That's right. Inside this clock, I open the door and stick my hand inside. My fingers brush something hard. Taking it out, I realize it's a voice recorder. I press the play button. It's a man's voice, a voice I know all too well. It's my voice. I decided to leave this record behind in case something should happen. That doll may dispose of any files or documents. I'm banking on her overlooking a piece of technology. As I listen, I start to remember recording this. I'd done it right before I received the mark from Mary. Now, where should I begin? It started 5 years ago, 2 years after I became a Cujo family head. My sister, Saya. Oh, okay. It's a sister, okay. And I found the doll in a wood box while sorting the warehouse. The moment I broke the seal and saw her, I could sense something sinister. But it took a while longer to fully understand what she truly is. If only there had been records. The great-grandfather who healed her didn't leave any. God, let me read that. But great-grandfather who sealed her didn't leave any before his early death. Because of that, his descendants weren't told about the doll. I managed to learn the doll had been loaned to an army lab during the war. A strange old man who lived in an underground shelter told me. Then I went overseas to get more information on the doll. But I got into an accident while away, and I was presumably missing. So Saya became the new family head. I wasn't able to contact her until after she had inherited the title. It wasn't something worth contesting. So I explained everything and had her keep up the facade that I was missing. Public records still stated Masamune Cujo was still much alive, of course. I couldn't have used my passport or license otherwise. I'm off topic. Sorry. I only just returned to the country last week. Other psychics abroad all agreed it would be bad to leave the doll be. A Nenjibutsu inside the doll still suppressed its cursed power, but I realized that it was almost at its limit. If I left it alone, it would crumble. Then it would be impossible to suppress the cursed power of the doll. That was the worst case scenario. But what was to be done? The answer I came up with was to remove the Nenjibutsu from the doll, temporarily. Its impurity would be cleansed after a month stored in its pure area. And then I'll place it back in the doll. If I succeed, the doll's power will be sealed for a few more decades. But the problem is that 1 month. I have no idea what kind of curse will be released when the doll's unsealed. I'll do what I can to prevent disasters, but my power can't compare to the Nenjibutsu. I can't guarantee anything. There are many victims again, like the tragedy 50 years ago. But this is a necessary evil. It must be done in order to prevent even more people from falling victim. After this, I'll disassemble the doll and remove the Nenjibutsu. I pray everything goes according to plan and the worst of evil is avoided. I hope this record isn't needed. But if the one listening to this has a loved one who's fallen victim to the curse, then I'm very sorry. The recording ends there. Damn it. I clench my fist so hard, my nails dig into my palms. Yes, the voice on the tape was mine, but I'm furious with it. I don't know that person at all. The mark has claimed so many victims over the past month, like the mark bearers. I even lost my little sister, Saya. Was he just another inevitable victim that the voice spoke of? I think it had to be done. I mean, the whole thing was just trying to buy time. It had to be done. I'm Salem LeBlanc, but I'm also Masamune Kujo. I understand why he felt as if he had to do that. It was his fate. The Kujo family are forever linked to that cursed doll. Chapter 5, Cannon Soldier End. Two months have passed. The occasional cool breeze signals that summer is almost over. I'm spending my time putting the case of the mark to rest as best as I can. I put Saya to rest by burying the rabbit, and contacted the surviving mark bearers. Putting the Buddha statues in places of honor was also one of those tasks. They weren't connected to the mark after all, but I couldn't just leave them there. Plus, there was no way Christie'd keep quiet about the statues. So with her guidance, and Yasuoka, Damon, and Banshee's help, I carried the broken statues out of the shelter and returned them to H Shrine. By now, my memory has completely returned. Things didn't quite go originally as planned, but at least the danger has passed. I don't think my decision as Masamune Kujo was wrong, but at times waves of powerlessness and despondency overwhelm me. When I think of the mark's victims, of Saya and the mark bearers, my chest hurts. I want to do something for them as the new head of the Kujo family. About the memories I've regained. I became the Kujo family head 7 years ago. I'll admit, I was a bit of a recluse. I left the public appearances to Saya, preferring to stay out of the spotlight. The only photos of me are from small local newspapers. I uncovered Mary by accident in the family's warehouse 5 years ago. It was a discovery that changed my life. I traveled extensively abroad in order to learn more about Mary. In one country, I got into an accident and fell into a coma for half a year. Even worse, that country proceeded to treat me as an unidentified traveler. I don't know if that was merely my terrible luck, or if Mary's curse had something to do with it. When I was finally able to contact home, Saya had already become the new head. The rest was as the tape said. I had no idea that Mary's power was far greater than I had imagined. All of my efforts to suppress her power were completely useless. My memories unraveled faster than I thought. How did Mary come to be in the first place? One theory says a doll maker in the 19th century used magic to create her. Another says the spirit of a young girl who died prematurely took up residence in a doll. In the end, it's still a mystery. No one knows what happened to create a doll like that. We only know that the end of Mary's owners died tragic deaths. Shortly after the turn of the 20th century, she came to be owned by the head of the Cujos. He either didn't know of the curse or simply didn't believe it. Disasters began befalling the family. Mary gained enough power to become sentient and produce spirits. Then the tragedy in the shelter happened. The seething grudges of the experiment's victims and the Buddha statues. They may have triggered her awakening. Whatever Mary's true identity is, the fact remains she altered many people's fates. Mine and the mark bearers included. Speaking of, an update on the surviving mark bearers. Moe Watanabe became a part-time writer for her favorite magazine, Oops Arts Monthly. She sometimes comes to Cujo Mansion to interview about spirits and ghosts. Tsukasa Yoshida is studying every day for the middle school exams next year. He bragged in his letter to me about how well he did in the national mock tests. Satsura Mashida brought me a drink, like he promised. Seems he's thinking about becoming a private detective. He actually asked me if I wanted to join him. Was he serious? I don't know for sure. Christy Aramura has started writing an essay exposing all of her past affairs, but the contents are so scandalous, no one wants to publish it. I heard her complaints over it the other day. Suzu Morimiya was able to see her father. Lately she has started asking me for advice about how to get her parents to reconcile. I have no idea if I helped at all, but she says they sometimes have meals together now. That's good. That was awful, with her background with her parents. Ida Nakamatsu has gone back to surfing the BBS every day, as usual. But what's new is he's been stopping by the city employment center. I guess he wants to get a steady job to be a role model for Suzu. Best of luck to him. A day doesn't go by that I don't see Ai Kashiwagi on TV as part of Love and Hero. She sent a ticket like she promised, but I need to drum up some courage to go to a concert for teens. Alone. At my age. Dude, you get backstage passes. Just watch it from back there. Towako Yasuoka is still working as a fortune teller in Gangza. Apparently she believes I have spiritual powers or something. She keeps sending customers with spirit problems to the mansion. I wish she'd stop. Madoka Hiru spends her days working as a researcher while also visiting the shelter. Her and Banshee squabble a lot, but I wish she'd stop complaining to me about it. Shuji Damon seems to be doing better now, like a weight's been lifted off his chest. He's in the process of convincing officials to publicize the shelter and build a memorial for it. Banshee Ido has returned to his beloved underground shelter. He stops by the mansion sometimes, filling the place with his scent. Of course, he comes to beg for me for food. All the mark bearers who became victims, all for the sake of the terror Mary saw. Whenever I remember them, my chest aches and I can't help but think, is it possible? Do they bear a dark grudge against me for surviving? I'm so sorry. How many times have I murmured that useless and meaningless apology? But I become more determined each time. What I can do now is make sure that the tragedy never happens again. For that, I need to hurry my preparations for putting the Nenjibutsu inside Mary. The Nenjibutsu alone won't be enough to continue slinging her powers in the years to come. I must prepare extra spiritual measures. It's taken a long time to get those ready, but today I finally finished. Did the mansion just lose power? What's going on? What is this feeling? My arm is burning. Why is the mark? Uh-oh. What's happening? Calm down. I need to calm down. First I need to get a grasp on the situation. That's how I survived this long. A horribly familiar noise echoes in the hall. There you are. I saw that again. Achievement said normal ending, so we might have to play this and get a different ending, perhaps. But I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. All right, I'll let the credits roll. Let everybody have their little shine in the spotlight. But yeah, I really liked the game. It was very, very Japanese in terms of like the excuse me, in terms of like the curses and the presentation, and what you end up finding a lot in like Japanese like horror and paranormal stuff is that they're normally not like a continuation of the person in the afterlife. They're like a manifestation of like a grudge or a feeling that the person held to in life, and they kind of become a ghost or spirit in a way. So, but a few of the spirits were a little different, and they seemed a little more like Westernish. And I'm really, really curious as to where Mary came from. Just like they were pointing out the ending of the game here. The gallery has been added to the title screen. You are now able to view game illustrations. Okay, cool. Clear death marks. Save all progress? Yes. Is it starting over now? Yep. Alright, so I'll look up and see what I'm going to have to do to get a, excuse me, to get a, another ending. Here, 1 second. Let me grab, let me Google
Deathmark ending. Okay.
And of course, you guys have already seen the beginning of this, so. Okay, you get the normal ending if any one of your partners dies. Okay. You get the good ending if all of your partners survive. Okay. I'm not going to read what that what the ending is because I don't want to I don't want to spoil it for me. So what I am probably going to do is so I had to have all the mark bearers survive, and I literally had everybody survive except for Shao. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to upload the version. I will play through this a little bit, and when I get to the section where I can have Shao survive, I'll record that and I'll stream that. And then after that, I will I will record me playing the end of the game with me getting the good ending. So that we get to see the game in its entirety. And I also found out, this was interesting, we're not going to play it anytime soon, but I discovered, by some chance, Deathmark actually has a sequel. So whenever I'm able to get my hands on that, now I've put out a I've put out a thingamajig, a poll out asking which game people would like me to play next, and after that game, we might head to the Deathmark sequel. But first things first, we'll have to finish the excuse me. We're gonna have to finish the oh god, I can't talk. We'll have to finish the actual ending before we go to the sequel, because I want to finish the game in its entirety and see everything it has to offer before we shut the book on, before we move on to the next part. Alright, so, let's see here. Never doubt my words when you see a creepy female doll, it's evil and you destroy it. Well, well, actually destroying it didn't really help it. We gotta put that Nenjibutsu in it. Alright.
Yeah, those names sound familiar because you're the brother. You're the head of the family. Okay. Well, I thank you guys for coming with me on this journey, and I shall find. I will play through to the point where I have to save Shao, and I'll have to look and see what I did. What I did that made it so that I couldn't save him, and I shall save him next time, and then I will also stream the ending of the good ending of the game. So I'm going to bid you all farewell, and thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. All right, see ya.